104.1 KRBE, a Cumulus media station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with producer Eric, Special K, and Sam. You've got a problem. Please don't panic. Hit Roula and Ryan's panic button. Please give me the answer.
On KRBE.
Yep, the panic button has been pressed.
The listener line is 713-278-VENT.
Hitting the button. It's like it's like you're on a game show, like in Family Feud, when you hit that little thing. It's like, I'm hitting the panic button. 713-278-VENT. That's 8368. Corndog Gate.
Now this one,
here
we
it
get lots
is
of serious
explained.
stuff. This one is not that serious, I don't think.
But here it is explained.
Let's hear
Corndog
it.
Gate.
Hey guys, I have a little dilemma, kind of silly. So I have this friend group. We've been friends for a long time, and we went to the rodeo, and one of the guys in the group brought a new girl that we hadn't met. I noticed a thing. So when he went to go get the two of them corn dogs, and he was heading back, he dropped one on the ground, and he like picked it up in a funny way and like dusted it off. I was like, oh, 5-second rule, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think she saw it. He got back to the table, and he gave her the one that fell on the ground, and like it was really weird. It was weird that he did that. I just kind of feel like maybe it's girl code that I should like tell her that she ate a corn dog that fell on the floor. I'm sure I'm going to see her again, but maybe that just is going to create unnecessary drama. I don't know.
First of all, you should have called that out.
You should have
before she
taken
ate
that
it.
out of her hand before she took a bite.
Especially if this is your friend group and you like rib with that guy. Be like, oh my God, for real, Brian? You're going to I saw what just happened there. You're going to let her eat that? Do not eat that corn
But
dog.
then you make Brian look bad.
I'm just
like-
saying if they rib
but
on
then-
him or I don't know, I'll go
But
get
then the
her.
girl's like, wait a minute, you're about to give me a corn dog with gravel on it?
It won't have gravel on it because it rejects gravel. It's hard. It's a hard shell.
If it was to
Listen.
think that the
Try it
poorest
Tuesday. We're going to take a corn dog out here.
somehow repels her.
And Kevin's going to eat it.
And then listen,
roll it around the rodeo grounds.
but if you think about it, what's on the inside, the hot dog's a little bit more stickier, tackier. If you were to roll that
up.
on the floor, then it would
didn't listen.
connect.
Kevin,
She
you
did
want to
not say
have
what
one that's
part
been
of
on
the
the
rodeo.
ground?
Gross.
Y'all,
Yeah.
they did not. She did not say
Tuesday.
what part of the rodeo she was in, but we're all thinking Carnival Concrete, right?
Yes.
There is a small possibility it could have been inside NRG Center, right where like Saltgrass and all that stuff was. But we're all going to go ahead and assume it was Carnival Concrete ground that this corn dog fell on, and that is vomitous.
10,000 shoes walking
With
through.
horse poop, cow
You
poop,
name it.
all kinds of stuff from livestock on the bottom of your shoes,
Ew.
hay, dirt, sticky stuff.
I guess they call it asphalt for a reason.
Just like that joke. Major ass.
Ass hat.
I just over-exaggeratedly laughed at that. Just in sarcasm.
All right. Would any of you in this room, if you dropped your corn dog,
They
and
call asteroids, not hemorrhoids.
that stuff
I
is
get plenty of ass. They
asteroids.
call me an
Oh
astronaut.
my God. That stuff is not
We've
cheap.
got off the rails now, Ryan.
Would any of you
we can't control it now.
Would any of you actually eat it?
Well, you wouldn't eat it if you knew it
dropped
fell.
I
Not if you
didn't know.
dropped it and
If I was
know.
drunk, I probably would.
How
Yeah.
broken
eat it.
drunk am I? How broken drunk am I? Because those corn dogs were not cheap.
no,
No,
they're
it's
not.
probably like $15.
Would you guys, if I make
Yeah.
corn dogs with the air fryer Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna underneath here, I'm going to roll it
Roll
for 5
it.
seconds.
No, you just drop it and pick it up.
If you dropped it and picked it up.
No,
Right? Oh,
no.
I'll
In
drop
this
it underneath
world-
this floor that's probably never been vacuumed since like
Kevin's the one that
1999.
seems to think that the corn coating repels dirt.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is not dare dice. I'm
try it.
just putting it out there. I'm not saying I want to do it.
So your answer to this woman on the panic button, Kevin, is it's fine.
You should
Don't let
betray
her
your
know
friend.
she ate the corn dog.
If you were going to say something, you should have said something
Yeah.
beforehand.
That's
If
what
not,
I
you better
said.
leave it now.
No
I
good,
agree that too.
no good can come
she
of
should have
this.
stopped her before she ate it.
Bring it up in a game.
I said, well,
Never
yeah.
have I ever
Eaten a
eaten
corn
a
dog?
corn dog that fell on the floor.
Yes. And then
then
she'll drink, and she
won't
she
drink.
won't drink. And
But then
like,
you'll
oh,
have to
you should
tell
be
her.
taking a sip.
Yes, and then
You should be
this
taking
can
a
be the
sip.
fun
Drama.
story. And then at their wedding, they can have corn dogs.
And I wonder.
I mean,
if-
here's a full circle. Guys.
Yeah.
Right. By the time that maybe this gets back to their friend circle that it's been discussed on the Rule and Ryan show,
She
for
may
all
be
we
out
know,
of it.
they might have been broken up already.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Roula would, if she dropped a corn dog at her house, do you think she'd eat it?
No,
I don't think she would.
not a
I think
chance.
she would give it to Charlie Girl.
My floors are sparkling and spotless. I would lick them. Just kidding.
She would probably use a Clorox wipe, wipe it off.
Wipe the wiener.
Eat bleach?
Okay, let me tell you something that's going to surprise you,
Yes,
Aaron.
I think so.
Yes.
She's
Let me
Greek.
tell you what's going to surprise you because, I do have my clean code and everything grosses me out. But my husband, who is a fantastic cook, we have this oven that's driving us crazy. And the rack doesn't have a stopper. And we didn't know that.
Oh, no.
We didn't know that. And do you know how labor intensive the dish beef bourguignon is? It is hours and hours of braising in the oven.
Oh, no, Roula.
The little pearl onions and the carrots and the beef that is costing a fortune these days.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
So at the end of the cook, my husband goes to open said oven that drives us crazy to pull the rack out. And it comes flying out. And so closely it could have burned his feet. Thank God it did not.
But it dropped off?
On the floor.
No.
And then he goes, of course, drops a whole bunch of Greek bombs, F-bombs. And then he's like, oh my God. I go, oh no. It's okay. Some of it's still in that Dutch pot. And
Yes.
in this one, who cares? We just mopped. We're going to save it. And so I ate that. And I had no shame in my game. And it was delicious.
Okay, because the whole piece of meat didn't fall on the floor.
it was on
just
the floor. Oh, it was on the floor, honey.
fine.
It was on the floor.
And you ate it?
And I ate
And
it.
it was
Brush it off.
delicious.
And it was delicious.
You like Charlie running
Because
around?
it was my floor.
Yeah, your
it was
dog
my
walks
floor.
around.
And actually, no, because I thought that too. We have a dog, and I was like, oh.
Like dog hairs
But it was legit cleaning day.
What's a doodle?
It was cleaning day. And the dish was going to be, we had done all the cleaning. All the cleaning had been done. That's why I felt like, we just mopped. It's all you tried. It's fine. Because it was so much work, and it was half of it was in the Dutch pot. So we
Yeah.
fed that to the kids and family. But Tazos and I took the hit on the meat that was on the floor because I didn't care. I felt so bad. That was a 3-hour plus process for the braising.
Man.
That's why that is a surprising story for you guys.
And Taylor Swift
Eric's, like, making
sang
a
about
face.
that. I think it's like shake it off.
Yeah,
shake
just
it
shake it
off.
up.
Shake.
Are you gonna get rid of that
eat it
oven?
too?
'Cause what is this thing? It's like it's a weird oven.
It's a very pretty oven. It's like one of these ovens. I bought a new house and it came with the oven,
fancy.
and it's like a fancy showpiece oven. Like when you walk into the kitchen, you're like, wow, that's a nice oven. And I feel like if maybe we were more culinarily inclined, which I think we're pretty
What's it
pretty
called?
good. It's
a
a Le
French?
Cornu. Cornue.
It's got all these like weird handles, like normally you just turn it and it goes on. This
And
thing,
here's how you know it's fancy. You know the store Williams Sonoma?
yeah.
This is the range that's on display for sale in there.
Oh yeah, I can't afford a spoon in that place.
Yeah.
Because when I walked in
spoon's
there one day,
$60.
I saw it and I go, oh my God, we just bought a house and it has this oven and I have no idea how to work it. She goes, oh, when y'all move in, I'll tell you like the whole thing. And my sister has like downloaded the manual and printed it out for us and it's just, we've burned
It's got those weird
things.
doors, right? Those little
They're like doors that open out to the sides,
instead of one door
not
that opens
up and down.
Up and down.
Oh,
They
And
open
they're-
like
it's
a
French.
fridge.
neat.
They open like a fridge, and it's not big, and we're big cooks in our house. Like we make big dishes. Like we are the Thanksgiving house with the giant, Papa Love Thanksgiving commercial pan that doesn't fit in it and all that stuff. So we've had to like alter our lives for this oven. And then when the braised
can't take it
beef
out.
ended up on the floor,
It's a weird size.
tell someone to kick that door closed.
Can you return or take it out and then? Or is
We
it-
can, but the way I think this house was redone, because the kitchen got redone before we bought this house, it's a smaller range than the average house's range. So we would have to then break up cabinet
Ooh.
and countertop to get a new range in there. We're not sure yet. That's why we haven't pulled the trigger, because it's a big project.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Anyway, I ate food off the floor to answer your question.
So we'll bring,
But not the
Ahmad,
rodeo
remind me,
floor.
We'll do the corn dog test with Kevin.
Floor food.
We'll blindfold him. We're gonna have one that's not
Oh my god.
on the floor, one on the floor. We'll see if he can guess.
People are
one's
saying, by
crunchier?
the way, corn dog at the rodeo floor or corn dog in the Roula and Ryan Show studios is nothing compared to hot braised beef coming out of an oven on a clean floor, because the hotness of the beef killed whatever the germs.
Oh, yeah.
But these corn dogs are not hot like that. And that I will never get past what's on the bottom of your shoes and boots at the rodeo, and it was on that corn
You
dog.
ever
What do you
had
think
Korean
is
hot dogs?
filthier?
Korean hot dogs?
Green
you said?
corn dogs?
Korean corn dogs?
Ahmad
Somebody texted
knows
about that?
those. I had one last week over off Bel Air.
Yeah, so they'll do things like
Potatoes. I had these,
Yeah,
like,
it'll have
crunchy-
potatoes all around it and stuff with like cheese. It's not like your typical corn dog.
There's one called a half and half. The first half was mozzarella inside it.
Yeah.
Another half was the hot dog.
It's super cheesy. Like you get
Where'd
a
you
big
find it?
cheese pool.
If you go
They're
past-
all over
in Chinatown?
Chinatown, off Bel Air? In Beltway?
All over Asia, too, but they're all over Chinatown, too.
Yeah, if you go
So
to
Beltway and Bel Air. That strip of Chinatown.
Yes.
Beltway and Bel Air.
I just went to one last week. I forgot the kids wanted to go to because they saw it on TikTok. Yeah, but then if you roll one in Cheetos, hot Cheetos and stuff.
They do all types of good stuff over
So
there.
different breadings.
Yeah, it's good.
No, I wanted to ask you, what do you think is filthier, the rodeo grounds or the KRBE studio floor?
Rodeo grounds, 100%.
Yeah,
Because
you
we
got
don't have
10,000
cow
people.
poop in here.
Yeah, but this hasn't been vacuumed in years.
Cow poop is always going to be dirtier than whatever the heck fell on this carpet.
Do you want to lick Ryan Dead Flake skin?
Ew!
There's flakes in here. I'm just saying.
I can't. Good luck, Special K.
Yeah, I never said that I was going to do it. I said she will be fine doing it.
We'll do it right under his
Yeah, we'll do it right there. We'll give Dead
If you
Ryan
just tuned
flakes.
in, we're also at Corndog Gate. A woman saw a guy on a date drop a corn dog at the rodeo grounds, pick it up, and give it to the girl he was dating who didn't know she was eating a dirty corn dog. Should she tell her? We all say, it's too late now. It's in her stomach.
No good can come of that.
Oh, see, some people looked at that oven, guys. I told y'all. Then somebody said, holy smokes, Roula, that oven is $14,000.
Yeah, they're not.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. You can sell
my
it.
God.
I could probably sell it because we don't know how to cook in it. So anybody wants to look for a new range, you let me know. Let the bitter begin. Let
I'm
the
not
bidding
smart enough
begin.
to use an oven.
I'm not smart enough to use it, but have fun with it. Okay, coming up next, we always like to open your eyes to different things that you need to take care of in your life. Things that aren't usually top of mind. Like, oh, I have to go to the doctor and check my blood pressure.
And Ahmad brought our next guests. They DM'd you, right?
Yes, Tara Torres. She's a nutritionist, and she also is bringing Dr. Diego Marines, and they're going to talk about Colon Cancer Awareness Month. They're going to talk about the right steps to get checked, how you can prevent it, all types of stuff like that.
And you know we're big on that.
We are 100% big on that. So we'll be speaking to Tara Torres, who's a functional nutritionist, and Dr. Diego, who is the director of the colorectal surgery program at Methodist Willowbrook, next on the Roula and Ryan Show. Swims, lose control. It's the Roula and Ryan Show on 104.1 KRBE. So over the years here on the Roula and Ryan Show, we always have our fun and we bring you interesting stories like Corndog Gate. We just talked about dropping a corn dog at the rodeo grounds. We can still eat it, things like that. But we also get serious when it's time because of personal relationships that we've had, and we wanted to bring the spotlight to just your health awareness. And over the years, if you have listened to our show, or perhaps you're new and you don't know this, Eric on our show lost both of his parents to cancer. One, his mother from breast cancer when you were 17.
Yep.
And your father to colon cancer.
Yep. It was 25 years ago. Coming up. It was 25 years ago today or in a few days when he went to surgery because they thought they were just going to take a piece out. And he was worried about just having a colostomy bag. And then when they opened him up, it was like pellets all across his body.
Like a shotgun blast.
Yeah, like they said, oh, this is, wow. And
Way
then,
more advanced than they thought.
and then he tried doing chemo, and then unfortunately by September.
And this was in the...
This was 1999.
Yeah, the late 90s or early 2000s.
25 years ago.
A lot of advances since then, but ever since since that's Eric's story, we have absolutely put a spotlight on just getting yourself checked out. You know, we all kind of put that off. Everyone has that little feeling, and they're like, oh, I don't have time for that. I don't need to find if I'm sick. And I know personally, Eric, that you have saved at least 7 people's lives.
Yep.
7 people we know for sure have reached out to our show and said if it wasn't for hearing about you guys saying go get a colonoscopy or a mammogram, I would not be here today. And we don't know the ripple effect of the rest of that because that's only the 7 people that reached out to us and told us.
Yep, and then Ryan had prostate.
You've got to listen
And
to your
so many people
body.
listened to the show and got checked out.
Because of that,
because
they
of that
learned
too.
about
You have
the
to listen to
number
your
that you were talking
body.
about, Ryan.
I mean, I ignored symptoms for years. And I thought, oh, it'll never happen to me. I'm too young for that. And, man, I paid the price.
What was that? The PSA number? Is that what it's
So
called?
your PSA, your prostate-specific antigen is supposed to be, for a healthy male, between 0-4 is high. When they went in and checked me, I was at 18.
And that's not something you get in a regular checkup. You have to ask for that.
You have to ask for that, yeah. And
So
I was in stage 3 cancer, and I never even knew I had
Yeah,
cancer.
you didn't know.
So we have learned a lot over the years, and we bring in guests to give us more information. So we want to welcome 2 guests today to the Roula and Ryan Show studios. Dr. Diego Marines is the director of the colorectal surgery program at Houston Methodist Willowbrook Hospital. And we've got Tara Torres, who's the owner of Sky Therapeutics, and she's a functional nutritionist. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here, guys. And Dr. Diego Marinas, I'm going to start with you, sir. What is something somebody right now listening to the Roula and Ryan show, they're about to get to work and they got to get out of the car. What is something you want them to know before they get off on their day to stay in their head about their overall health?
The one thing I want everyone to know is that if they're 45 or older, it's time to get a colonoscopy. But also, if like Eric, I'm sure you already had your colonoscopy because
I've had like 4 or 5 through the years.
Yeah, if someone in your family, a direct relative, had colon cancer, you should start at 40. Or if they had it at a younger age, let's say at 45, you should start 10 years before that, so at 35.
Oh, wow. That's good to know. I've never known that.
That's what I did when I was 30, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Just to set a, what do you call that?
The baseline?
Yeah, baseline.
Dr. I want to say Dr. Diego, but I'm going to call you Dr. Marinas. I don't know which one you prefer, but Dr. Marinas, what do you see now, even in like 2024 or 2023, that still kind of surprises you? Like people don't have a lot of education on this. I feel like we've heard of colon cancer, we've heard of colonoscopies. Do you still get a lot of patients that are just totally blown away that something's even going on with that?
Yeah, because it doesn't have symptoms initially. It takes a long time for colon cancer to start making you change your bowel movements or notice some blood. So initially, that's why we try to prevent it with colonoscopy before it causes symptoms.
What are some preventative measures that people can take?
So there are several methods. The best, of course, is colonoscopy because it's the most accurate. And also, once you're doing the colonoscopy, at the same time, you can remove the polyps and prevent them from becoming cancer.
And that's the only kind of exam you get where there's like an instant fix, right? Because think about it, if I had a mammogram and they saw something in the mammogram, they're not instantly fixing it there.
That's true.
But with the colonoscopy, you're instantly removing the polyp.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Okay, so that brings up a question because last time, I've done it 3 times now. Last time, I think they took out like 7 polyps. If polyps are left untreated, do they turn into cancer?
They do. And actually, almost all of the colon cancers come from polyps that were completely benign and removable during colonoscopy.
But they didn't get
They
removed?
didn't get
See,
checked.
it can be prevented.
Oh, they didn't get checked.
What about those companies that, what's the term? Yeah, poop in a box and you send it out.
Yes.
Yes. Fill in a box.
Like, do those things work? I figure colonoscopies are the best way to do it.
Because people are scared of the whole process of a colonoscopy.
And there's nothing to be scared of, by the way.
No. And then if someone's really, really scared or if they have some medical issues that keeps them from being able to have a colonoscopy, the stool in a box test that you're referring to is called Cologuard, where you mail it to a lab and they check for DNA of colon cancer in the stool.
Interesting.
It's much better than nothing, for sure.
Right.
The best test is the one you actually do. But
I guess it's cheaper.
yeah, it could be cheaper.
But your insurance covers the colonoscopy.
That's very important. Insurance covers colonoscopy 100%.
That's what I'm saying. Do
if you're
that.
the right age.
Yeah.
If you're the right age. Now, if you're just tuning into the Roula and Ryan show, we are talking to Dr. Diego Marinas. He is the director of colorectal surgery at Houston Methodist Willowbrook Hospital. And Tara Torres is here, who is the owner of Sky Therapeutics, and she's a functional nutritionist. Tara, tell us, what is Sky Therapeutics and how is this all connected?
So I founded Sky Therapeutics as a way to just help people navigate nutrition and all of the different nuances that come with that, because there's so much information available on the internet and not all of it's accurate and none of it's customized to your specific needs. And when it comes to colon cancer prevention, there's a lot of things that we can do through diet and lifestyle to prevent colon cancer from developing and just keep an overall healthy gut.
What are some healthy things to, I mean, I
Please
know
don't
you
say don't drink bourbon, don't drink.
I know you said that it's tailored to each individual person, but there are some generalities, like what is a healthy diet to keep you from going down that path of getting colon cancer?
Sure. So I think you're off to the right start. Fiber is definitely key. Probiotics, we want to keep a healthy balance of beneficial bacteria in there. That's your defense mechanism to, all things immune and cancer prevention. You also want to avoid certain things like red and processed meats. Those are highly correlated with colon cancer.
Like the deli cuts that you
Yes.
get in the grocery store.
Yes, but beef, lamb, pork, they really recommend, moderating that to like once a week, because eating it daily, studies have shown an increased risk with colon cancer.
Got it. I mean, obviously our diet is the solution to a lot of things if we would just get on the right path, but it's very hard to get on the right path, especially if you want to like go out and celebrate somebody's birthday at a steakhouse or have a quart of bourbon after the March Madness games are over.
But moderation is the key to everything.
Yes.
It's tough because like I lost my dad to this, and I know I'm I'm probably going to get it someday if I don't keep on it.
Right. And
But I
somebody
still
with a
eat meat. I
family.
got to change my mindset or my brain to not
Maybe
eat
decrease
as
it a
much
little
meat.
bit.
Is there ever a time, Dr. Diego, that you've seen that insurance didn't cover the colonoscopy and somebody really needed it, but just there were parameters where, well, insurance can't cover it, so you can't get it done?
No, that's almost universal that they cover it.
Okay.
The issue
But-
is when people don't have insurance.
Right.
Okay. I know that it's a possibility, and I'm pretty sure you're allowed to do this, but you can get a colonoscopy without the sedation. However, I went for the sedation because I did not want to hurt.
I know. I hear people do that. I've never met anybody that's actually wanted to be awake.
That's actually what you pay for.
I want to be
So
asleep.
the colonoscopy, they covered it, but I did have to pay for the numbing juice, the night juice.
Wait, that's true, Dr. Marinas? You can give it to colonoscopy and be awake?
It's true. It's true.
Have
And-
you had a lot of patients do that?
No, I've never done an awake
I would
colonoscopy.
not
Okay,
want to
you've
be
never done
awake
that.
for that.
No.
You'd be like, yeah, you hear the Roula and Ryan show today, by the way, while you're back there. I think
we did a really good bit.
heard roses today. Let's look at the shiny thing over here.
One of my professors got it awake just to make sure they were doing it correctly.
Oh,
really?
that
I
would make
watched
sense.
the screen as things were happening.
That's being a bit of a control freak.
now,
Right.
now you're going to go down here and go left.
That doctor.
Well,
Wow.
because think about it. If the man knows how to do it right,
Yeah.
and you can't do one for yourself,
My
you want to
God.
at least be awake to make sure they're doing
Yeah,
everything
but he's
right.
literally walking him through. You're doing it wrong. Ow.
That's the last side of your professor you want to see. But
Well, listen, I
that'd be
feel like
weird.
we are very comfortable talking about colonoscopies. And this is a topic that for a long time people were like, what are you talking about? Or they're embarrassed or they just don't want to talk about it. And there are so many different kinds of cancers that have to do with all parts of our body, but we got to pay attention to all of them. And is it Colon Cancer Awareness Month? Am I making this up?
Yes.
Is
Yes,
it
it
colon
is.
cancer? Yes, it is Colon Cancer Awareness Month amongst all things,
Have you
right? Every
seen
month
it?
has a different...
Go down? Or is it going up because of the food we're eating? It's bad. What are we
So-
seeing right now in 2020?
We're starting to see more and more cases at younger ages. And one thing that's really astonishing to me was that 70% of it is what we call sporadic, and that it's not necessarily something genetic or inherited from your family. So that means that there's an interaction happening between our genes and the environment. So the things that you're eating, your lifestyle, air pollution, toxins, and things like that.
Right.
So we want people to be more aware of those interactions.
It
and
is
understand.
diet. I mean, I correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that most only under 10% of all cancers are passed down through genetics. Most of it's diet and environmental. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so how about something like Metamucil? Like, is that a good source of fiber to be drinking?
Yeah, I think that's a great place to start. A lot of physicians recommend that, but you can definitely get it from foods like your grains, potatoes, fruits, and vegetables. And the benefit of fruits and vegetables is that you're getting all of the polyphenols and vitamins and things that are going to be antioxidant and protectant. So we definitely want a whole foods
I
approach.
think a lot of people, they say, oh, well, how come we didn't have this when I was a kid? You know, your grandparents will say that because we're eating different foods from 50 years
and
ago.
we have different body like sedentary lifestyles as opposed to they were working in the field.
Yeah, but
they were
Rolla,
farmers.
they
Go out,
didn't. They
eat
didn't
like we do.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
go out.
50 years ago, they didn't pump all these animals full of hormones and chemicals, and it's the foods we're eating, isn't it?
Right, because if you think about it, many people used to smoke in the 80s, right, and 70s. Nowadays, not many people smoke, and 2024 is the first year ever where the Cancer Society said we're going to have over 2 million cancer diagnoses in the United States.
Lung cancer diagnosis?
Of all
Or just
cancers.
All
Ju-
cancers.
okay,
All
just general.
cancers. And colon cancer is still increasing in younger people, and now it's the number one cause of death from cancer in men younger than 50 years
But
old.
see, it's expensive.
Whoa.
It's
That is
expensive
quite
to
the
eat
statistic.
healthy. If you look at it and look at the highest concentrations, people don't have the option to eat healthy because it's so expensive.
I like
That's
Whole
why,
Foods, but that stuff adds up.
Yeah, it's
Your
why
heart-
you know. Look at obesity. It's usually in areas where they can only afford fast food,
Right.
And it's not good for you.
Well, also when you've trained your body to eat fast food because that's all your choices, when you do have a chance to eat an apple, you probably just don't even want it. You know what I mean? Like,
You don't have the taste buds.
you know, like we've all been in our fit moment, in our not so fit moment. You're like, well, I could be eating just blueberries and blackberries today, but I really want some chips.
I want to hear it. We can buy loose spinach at the store for real cheap and throw some like little chicken nuggets up on there that you cook at home in your air fryer that has no breading on it.
Right.
But what's
What-
like, I like what
options.
Rula was saying. I know we got to wrap up here, but Tara, what do you want to tell people out there listening right now? What they could do right now today?
I always operate in a good, better, best case scenario. It's all about reducing your risk. So don't feel like you have to shop organic and whole foods one 1,000%. It's all about reducing your risk and just what can you add today? Is it a multivitamin? Is it a fiber supplement? Is it a probiotic? Is it the apple a day?
Yeah.
That all is going to have a cumulative effect and be beneficial in the long run and protecting you.
That's great advice.
And how can people reach out to you if they want to work with you?
Yeah, I'm on social media, so Tara Torres Nutrition, or you can go to our website, skytherapeutic.com.
And Torres is Torres.
Correct.
And you reached out to Ahmad and myself, and you listen to the show. We appreciate that.
I do. My kids are absolutely nuts that I'm on here right now.
Yeah. What are your kids' names? Say hi to them real quick.
Kevin and Mackenzie.
Oh my gosh, Mommy's
Hi,
doing a
guys.
great job, guys. Mommy's doing a great job.
Spread the word.
Dr. Marinas, thank you so much for your time. I'm
Yes,
sure you have a
thank
lot of
you for
important
raising
cases
awareness.
today. We want to keep you away from those patients, but thank you so much for being here today.
Of course.
Okay, guys, if there's anything you miss and you're just tuning in, you're like, wait, what did I miss? We podcast our show every single day. So go to the 8 o'clock hour of today's Roula and Ryan show, and you can hear the full conversation with Dr. Diego Marinas and Tara
I don't want
Torres.
to lose any listeners out there. That's my goal in life. I want you guys to. I don't want you to leave your kids without a parent.
That's correct. Coming up next in Celebrity Scoop, I need y'all to check your credit card bills if you're auto paying for your streaming services because you are about to get shocked with how much money is flying out of on your credit card bill. Let's talk about it next on the Roula and Ryan show.
The big screen to the big house.
Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
Okay, I want to remind you guys that between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. we'll be in the window to win Justin Timberlake tickets. He's going to be here in December at the Toyota Center, and we're making you a finalist to go to Miami in June to see his show there. So when you hear JT tell you to call in, you can win the tickets for the Houston show December 4th at Toyota Center and maybe see you in Miami too. Now, June 15th is the date of his Miami show. June 14th is the date of Megan Thee Stallion's show here in Houston. And how many times have I had to think to myself, did I just say Megan Trainor? Because we have those tickets too.
Oh, wow.
Megan Thee Stallion, Megan Trainor, Justin Timberlake.
Trainor.
So Megan Thee Stallion announced her tour yesterday, and on Monday we're doing Megan Monday, which from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. That means that you have a chance to win tickets, and you become a finalist for the VIP experience. That is the last night of her tour. She saved it for Houston on Friday, June 14th. So we've got that chance too. Yes, we gave away Megan Trainor tickets yesterday for her October 13th show. We've got Madonna here next Thursday, next Friday. There are a lot of tickets and a lot of experiences still to win and be a part of with KRBE. Now, look to the credit card. Many people sign up for streaming services and they have a recurrent charge on their credit card. And it's not until your credit card is compromised that you realize, oh, I didn't get paid. Okay. And then you realize, oh, God, I'm paying for that still? I found out that I was paying for Max twice. Because when I signed up the first time for Max, I always put a note in my phone. It's a free trial for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I wanted the Friends reunion, but I didn't want to get HBO Max at the time. I was like, I'm never going to watch this. So I put it in my phone, HBO Max, cancel HBO Max. And then I ignored it when it came up. And then I got a streaming, like direct.
Do you do the bundle? Because I don't, I have Hulu. I have them all, but Hulu and Disney, but I think there's like a bundle because they're owned by ESPN.
Max is now a bundle, but I think when HBO Max first started, I think it was just
but I don't know if it's
isolated.
Like if I get the bundle for Hulu and Disney or whatever.
And then you've got to worry about...
Is that the minimum? It's like, say it's $12, but does that count commercials and stuff?
I don't know because the way it happened for me is when I signed up for the Friends reunion, right? I did it that one way, and then we signed up for DirecTV Stream. That's how we watch television, and then that's also in there. But so we're paying for HBO Max in the DirecTV Stream confines, and then I'm paying for it separately. So I was trying to cancel one. Anyway, the point is,
it's a lot of money.
The stats are out there, and the average American is paying $61 in streaming services. Are you watching all of your streaming services? Most of us have like a one or two go-to.
The hard part is you forget
what you have.
Yes.
It's like, hey, this movie's out, this show's out. Which one is it on?
Yeah.
And
so
they're
Disney
always
Plus,
changing.
Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus. You've got Amazon Prime Video. There's so many different ones. Peacock.
Well, it's interesting you say that because some of them are merging as well. I know that Paramount Plus, they're in talks. I think they're going to merge with, I wanted to say Hulu. So,
I don't know.
$61 a month is up 27% from last year's average that people were paying for streaming services.
Hulu is...
NBC owns a piece of it.
ABC and Hulu.
Okay.
ABC, because they stream The Bachelor on Hulu the next day.
Yes, they
I read that
do.
they're going to
ABC and
merge.
Hulu.
And then the other thing is they're constantly changing. You think you're paying for one thing. I had Peacock Plus, and I paid for the no commercials. And then all of a sudden I started getting commercials. Well, now they changed it. Now you have to have Peacock Premium Plus
that's crazy.
to eliminate. And it's outrageous what
so
they charge.
CBS is Paramount, NBC is Peacock, Hulu and ABC are together.
But then there's
Then you
some
got
Hulu
Disney
NBCs
Plus, then
too.
you got Amazon Prime Video,
That's
then
why
you
it's
got
confusing.
Apple TV Plus.
So many.
Because I think Saturday Night Live you can see too on Hulu, can't you? Yeah. It's so
See,
confusing.
Hulu is not one that I go to, guys.
You should.
The mains that I go to,
Hulu's
I go
where
to,
you get all the classic TV shows
Yeah, but I
and
don't
all the
know.
shows the next day.
I feel like if I was
Let's watch
going
on
to,
Netflix.
I'd keep Hulu because that if I cut the cord and didn't have
any regular television.
regular TV.
I'm
Because
glad you said that, Eric.
If you know, you know.
Yep.
Because
All I see when I click
Sam
on
uses his
Eric,
password.
Ariana, and Sam I am.
Sam I
But then
am.
there are some services like Apple, which does not have a lot of programming, but the
Yeah, I'm
stuff
not
they
paying for
do, the stuff they do is
Which one?
outstanding.
Apple?
They don't have a lot, but what they have is amazing.
I'd rather pay for Amazon Prime and then get Prime shipping as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I do that.
You know
And
what
I did get
double dip on that.
And when I was
which I don't pay for.
when I was bedridden and home bound because of my
Thanks,
ankle
Mama G.
surgery, I watched a lot of Amazon Prime, and that's when I was like, "Oh wow, Daisy Jones and the Six." Like I was really into that. I was even listening to it on. I was like, "Oh, it's on Apple iTunes."
You almost believed they were a real,
They were a real band.
Mm-hmm.
And like you kind of get into all these shows. Amazon Prime was my
about
thing.
Jack
I went
Reacher?
down. I did not watch Jack Reacher. I watched all of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
First season
I
was
watched
great.
all of
Yeah.
Daisy Jones and the Six.
Sam would like Jack Reacher.
I got bored. In
What's
the
the guy
second
that came in our
season.
studio who was on Hunger Games at the time?
Yes, Alan
Blonde guy.
Richardson.
Yeah. And he was on Blue Mountain State.
Yes.
So good in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he sings on his Instagram because he's not a singer.
His Instagram is funny.
He made it to American Idol.
In the
Like
original
he didn't
days?
make the final 8, but he was through the auditions and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Probably like 2007.
Oh, no, not that he's not a singer. The last one I saw him do is
He does sing on
you're
there.
going to start singing a song and you really don't know the words. So you just keep repeating the one line you know. And it was, I guess it was like, I Will Survive or something. But for some reason, I Will Survive is a song I know all the words to, but nothing else. Think about that. Your favorite song. Can you sing every single word of your favorite song? Every word, not just the hook, not just the chorus. Like Motley Crue, Eric, you love Motley Crue. Do you know every single word?
Probably not.
That's what
Once
I'm
I
saying.
hear
there was a
I
story
can sing
did
along to it.
last week, and they
I
know
could
go
them
bring it
all.
up like right now. Like if the song was on.
because
maybe.
even Journey, Don't Stop Believing. People know the chorus, which only is
Just a
sung
small
once.
town girl
And then what's
living in
next?
a lonely world.
And then-
And
she took the midnight train
Going anywhere.
anywhere.
And then he's a small town boy
And then
in
what?
Detroit, but I don't know
South
where in
Detroit.
Detroit.
Born and raised in South
there's no
Detroit.
South Detroit, by the way.
There's no South Detroit,
No.
like South Houston,
He just made it up because it sounded.
because it went with the song.
Well, the southern part of Detroit.
But
And
no,
here's Sweet
there's
Caroline.
no like South Side.
Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline. Which, by the way, that was the number one karaoke song, right? On the list of karaoke songs, that's the number one song. Even for people who can't sing, they can sing Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba.
The Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
We're looking at several waves of heavy downpours today.
Like right now.
Yeah.
We've had a transformer blew outside.
Yeah. It was huge.
When we
It was
heard
a
it.
boom.
Yes.
Over here.
yeah.
We're
Is that what
getting
that was? I thought
pummeled.
it was thunder.
No, it was a
No,
transformer.
it's a transformer.
The lightning hit a transformer
So
and
who's
it
out of
boom.
power right now? Somebody over here in these apartments behind us is out of power.
Yeah.
The lights went out over there.
Gusty
job.
winds,
Optimus
large hail, tornado, not out of the question. Most areas are going to get about half inch to an inch of rain. Some spots could see as much as 4 inches of rain. So you know what that means, flooding. So be very careful. Don't be on the roads if you don't
Turn
have
around,
to
don't
be.
drown.
That's why I got my truck for times like this because we were here. We had to stay for a meeting once, and then it rained so bad I
It
got
was for
stranded on
singers.
Westheimer.
We had to stay for singers.
Oh, those singers! Oh, those idiots!
You want to talk about a bunch of salty radio people?
I was so mad. Why am I standing for these people?
catastrophic.
I'm gonna die out here, and I
weather
almost died.
outside. And they're like, "We really need you guys to listen to these brothers and sisters sing. We're never going to play them on the radio, but y'all stay and watch them sing."
And then I got stranded. I had to go to your. I went to your restaurant. Thank God for
They were nice. Oh, yeah,
your
my sisters
brother.
fed you,
They
or
gave
my
me
brother
beer
fed you?
and shrimp and hamburger and grilled cheese.
Eric
I
has
was there
had
for
a
like
lot
5
of
hours.
good times in catastrophic weather parked at Christie's because
Yeah.
he's like,
Well,
I can't drive anymore.
Did you one
I'm
time
just
you
keep
went
eating.
to La Quinta?
Oh, yeah.
on the Beltway?
Well, I had no choice there.
Yeah, he
I
was
couldn't make
stuck.
it in here.
Sure.
I was going to crap my pants.
I was going to La Quinta because of bad weather.
I was going to crap myself.
You rented a room just because you had to poop?
Yeah.
Just use
Are
the
we
public
surprised
restroom
with
at-
Eric?
the hotel? Like, there's a
I
lobby
couldn't make
restroom.
it. I was stuck here. Remember, I couldn't make it to the show. So
Yeah,
I was
because
doing
it
calls.
was such
I'm
bad
saying
weather.
if
we
you
were
made
flooded.
it to the hotel, then they have public restrooms.
Plus, it was nice. I
next
had a
to the
room. I
lobby.
laid down. I think I took a nap.
Oh my god!
Put a coin in the bed.
Who laid down
You
that
guys
night
did a
before
show.
You are ridiculous.
Was that the morning where my
Like
car?
$70.
Was that the same day where
Yes.
my car went underwater
That was?
and I had
Yeah.
years ago? It's like I didn't see
I think
the
Peter
water.
was here back then.
Yeah,
Peter was our
he
town
brought me
manager.
clothes because it's like I had to swim out of my car.
That's the day I had to drive on the opposite side of Westheimer to make it here. I was driving on the Contra side.
Was that
of
during the
Westheimer.
tax floods and all that stuff?
I don't know. I
Like
was
in
still living in my
15,
townhouse, so it
14?
had to have been like.
Remember that May? It would always rain really bad every year.
All I just remember is that
April,
giant fire. It wasn't a fire truck. It was like a rescue gigantic truck, and they had this big clamp, and they're like, "Excuse me, son, you're about ready to get really wet." And they opened the door, and then I had to swim out.
Thank God for Zoom now. We could do the show from home.
You could have just zoomed from your dashboard, right, and said, "Look at me, I'm swimming."
Oh, I knew the car was screwed. I'm sitting there. I'm like, "Oh, please don't go any higher." It was a power goes out. I'm like, "Oh man, the
So
car is
is it going to be
destroyed."
one of those kinds of days today? I don't think so to that extent, but just be careful. You know your area. Stay away from ponding areas and turn around, don't drown. That's what we always say. Okay. Well, did you hear what happened on Roses today?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with a Chrysler 300?
A red.
You're going to hear it next on the Roula and Ryan Show.